everybody, I'm Philip.
And I'm Justin.
And together, we are Pajamas. And we are in episode 11 of season 2 of Doctor Who. And, hold on one sec. I want to check. I'm checking for any burn marks from all the heat I got. Hate and backlash I got from the last block of episodes. 8, 9, and 10 respectively.
Really?
Apparently, the Satan episodes are beloved. And the last one we watched, about Linda, the group, is despised. It's fine. We're allowed to have different opinions about stuff. With that out of the way, we venture into the final stretch. We're on the home stretch of season 2. We have 3 more in the season and then the Christmas episode. So let's see what we can get done. And are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Without further ado, let's get into it in the next part of Philip versus the Whovians. He's probably going to piss off somehow. Interesting. Kind of has a Twilight Zone feel to it, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. This is Death Note, but with drawings. Death drawings.
I like it that at least this song, it's very refreshing that this song hasn't become politicized.
Good placement. Good job.
Oh. He can do that and yet... Never mind.
I know. Just don't fan the flames. That was clever, though.
30th Olympiad.
No way. Why would a person do something like this?
What makes you think it's a person?
Fair enough.
He's psychic now.
We don't know what's going on yet. You can probably feel like it just feels different. Like when I had the griddle on, you could feel the heat, even with your eyes closed. It doesn't make you psychic, you can just feel the difference.
Yes, but even psychics, they say that they feel vibrations.
We don't know. Maybe.
Tickles.
See? Vibrations.
Lewis. Well, she looks less like a copper than you do. Training, new recruit. Is either that or hairdressing. So, voila. Ganging up on me.
Feeling guilty, are we?
Fingers on lips.
Like everyone just does what he says.
What's it remind you of?
Sort of metal?
Oh. Whoa, there it goes again. Look at the hairs on the back of my manly hairy hand.
Manly hairy hand.
They're just dreams, you do know that. They can't hurt you.
I'm busy, unless you want me to draw you.
What?
No, I'm not really a cat person.
No!
Get out of here.
What's it say?
It is. It's graphite.
It's interesting. Her angry scribble came to life.
Are you deducting?
I think I am.
Copper's hunch.
Permission to follow up, Sarge.
They're role playing. Aww.
Hello, I'm the doctor and this is Rose. Can we see your daughter?
You can't. Why?
Torchbearer is running up towards the mall, which I can tell.
We can be together.
Sweetheart.
Don't touch me, Mum.
speaking to you, the entity that is using this human child. I request parley in compliance with the Shadow Proclamation.
My brothers and sisters are left out there, and I cannot reach them. So, alone.
Have it all their own way. That's part of being a family.
And what about trying to understand them?
Easy for you to say. You don't have kids.
I was a dad once.
Uh-oh.
Hey, that's the cancel van. Out. Whoa, wait. You stop! You just took a cancel axe from a cancel van, and now you're thinking.
Years of hard work. Look at you now, they're gone. Everyone is gone. Thousands of people have just gone.
Need to pull them heat, Doctor.
Still on its way.
The torch.
It's much.
Well, what you did, but thank you, darling. And thank that man for me, too.
Again, your life must be who sits in the old gum tree.
This mean that the Olympic dream is dead?
You know what? They keep on trying to split us up, but they never ever will.
A storm's approaching.
I see it now. That's how he's able to conveniently get out of problems. He's psychic. He's able to see what happens before it happens and then knows how to stop it from happening. That's how he's able to do it.
So what did you think of the episode?
Very interesting.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting thought.
I like the idea a lot. Not so much the explanation or the framing of it. I thought this was very much like The Wire and the Queen's Coronation, just with a different antagonist and a different mass event going on. Like, I didn't dislike, it's just like flower babies. Got pushed here by a solar flare. It's lost, it's alone. Like, it's okay, but
I think that it's sweet.
I might say it a lot here and there, but like I didn't hate it, but I'm also not like enamored by it. I was kind of like, oh, remember when we were watching the Star Wars movie in the theater together, and we saw Kylo Ren, and we're like, ooh, okay, new villain, okay, cool. And then the reveal happened, and the entire theater went, like the air was let out of the theater. That's what this felt like to me. I was like, ooh, this is neat. Oh, it's a flower. I don't think this is one of the stronger episodes. Whereas with the Satan episodes, the design wasn't good because apparently they had budgetary issues that we couldn't have known about. But it still had a strong enough story that I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm invested. This one kind of lost me and felt too much like the one with The Wire. Again, it could be like the Bad Wolf thing where I set myself up for this grand thing to be happening. Like, what was taking all these people? What is this? It's a baby flower. So I think that unlike the Satan episodes, this didn't have a strong enough base under it for me to be like, okay, you know what? It is what it is. So these parts I don't really care for. I can at least sit on the strength of what the story is trying to tell. This one, not so much. I thought the Olympics felt this felt like an Olympic commercial. Like, and that might piss off some people. That might, again, I'm not here to please the masses. I'm just here to give my opinion on what I see. If we agree, awesome. If we don't, equally awesome. It just felt kind of shoehorned. And again, I didn't mind it. It wasn't like, God, the Olympics this sucks. Those baby flower, this sucks. It was just, The underlying story was cool about being alone and love and wanting to, I like that.
That's what appealed to me.
And Rose wasn't super annoying. Nothing about that bothered me. The Doctor's powers made, like, what he could do made sense in this one.
She was very, very deductive in this episode.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's always happenstance that things just happen to work out. The biggest one of the episode is she just happened to be pickaxing into that tar and did not break the ship. She just happened to find it in the right spot. It could have been deeper than that, and she could easily have broken it with the pickaxe.
And the man basically going, no, stop. I'm not going to stop you from doing this.
No, yeah, you have my property and you're destroying what I made. Oh, no. Yeah, I get it for the story. We understand that. I keep getting told that, well, this is how the story was told. I understand this is how the story was told because that's the story we're watching. I understand how writing translates to media. I get that.
It was at least realistic enough that she didn't do what I thought that she was going to do, which was to steal the torch.
Oh.
That's what I was wondering about, doing something that bold and somehow not facing any consequences to that.
And I'm assuming that the little ship thing had like a heat sink. Like it could like towards the heat. So, and it was drawn to heat, so it would make sense. So her throwing it in the air and then it, finding its way. A leap of faith, but we've seen worse leaps of faith, I think, in this show. So that one wasn't too... They set up the lore for that, so that wasn't too bad. What are your thoughts?
Well, I thought that it was sweet. It appealed to me that this thing was alone and wanted family. Mm-hmm. Imagine thousands of years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you have the power to create your own fictional world. Yeah, so I mean, like, I didn't dislike that. I think it was just my fault again, like with Bad Wolf, for just on a smaller scale, because we had Bad Wolf build up through entire season 1. This one, I was just like, ooh, this thing's can draw things and make them, manifest them. You can make scribbles into like a big scribble ball monster. That's neat.
And it can happen backwards and forwards.
Yeah. That's
drawing something and it becomes reality, or seeing reality and drawing it into a picture.
Yeah, that's really neat. But it's like my own imagination, I guess, making it more than it was. But yeah, I think the idea itself is very interesting and very, it's very sweet too. Just to be like a little child that wants. But there's no consequence for your want. You just want because that's what you want. It makes sense. I was just a little underwhelmed with it. That's all. Like with the review. And then the Olympics thing just felt kind of square peg, round hole. This is almost like The Wire all over again. Like, if we didn't have the Wire episode earlier, which I think was a superior version of this, then yeah, this might not bother me as much. But I think it's just feeling so similar to this entity. I mean, one was malevolent, one was benevolent. Like, that's the difference. But that's like the only difference, really, when you look at it. It's this being from outer space, from the stars that comes to Earth, and wants something, and wants it in mass, setting up the steps to do it.
It's consuming everything in its path, but with different motivations.
Yeah, exactly. Like one wanted power, one wanted friends and family. So, yeah. Maybe that's why I like the Wire one more, because I'm always like, ever since I was a child, I've always been like more in tune with the villains, more in tune with the bad people, more in tune with the bad guys, the bad side. And the malevolent creature is just like, okay, I understand your motivation. I understand the motivation of the baby flower thing, but the other one is more fascinating to me, I guess. But I can see people liking this. I can, for the reason that, you enjoyed it, because the message is sending. I just think that the Olympics isn't as strong. I mean, good play on them for using that, as an idea, but I don't think it's as strong as the Queen's coronation. How many things in the history have we jumped back to? I think this is easily the weakest. It felt like a giant commercial.
What I'm wondering, though, is that now the whole world has now seen that something is going on.
I addressed that in my notes. Speaking of, let's go to my notes. We found out that the Doctor was a dad once.
Indeed.
And that seemed to really bother Rose. Like, she keeps finding out stuff that shouldn't bother her. Like, She's in love with him. I've accepted that. He loves her. I've accepted that. I believe in her. Fine. You flamed the shit out of me on that one. It's fine. If you can buy that, awesome. Still checking for burn marks. That's why I like the discussions, other than when you make them spoilery.
It's very interesting. Well, actually, it also, I suppose, shouldn't be surprising, considering how old, how ancient he is. Surely he was probably a father once.
I mean, yeah, he never said he didn't have a family back on his home world.
Yes.
But why would Rose be like, oh. Like,
she never asked.
But does she think he's a virgin? Like, she's like someone just finds out, like, you're dating someone, you find out they're not a virgin, you're like, oh, I thought you were clean and untouched and pure. Like,
for that long, oh, the poor thing.
And to change your appearance like that as well, man. So yeah, that kind of it didn't bother me. I wasn't like, Rose is a massive, giant bitch. Fuck Rose. Ah, she's trapped in the picture now.
This was a very redeeming episode for her. That she was able to solve something without, well, with the only hint being the doctor pointing to a torch.
Yeah, I didn't mind her having the reins of the investigation in this one.
She can be very surprising.
I just don't like it when she gets possessive and jealous and all like butthurt over stuff that she doesn't have it. That's when Rose bothers me. Other than that, I can tolerate her.
So it's alright when she does it, but when the doctor or Mickey does it, somehow it's different.
When does the doctor get all butthurt over?
No. I mean that they can have their attention drawn to something else or have something of their own.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. Rose is she's selfish. She's self-absorbed. I've said it ad nauseum with her. Yeah, if it's okay for Rose to be clingy and possessive and have these things that she wants for herself, but no one else can have anything else for themselves in her life where she gets upset. But we're not going down that. We've covered that. I'm just saying that kind of like, she seemed bothered by it and I didn't understand it. But I'm sure everyone out there does, and I'm wrong for thinking this, so it's...
Maybe it's the show's way of trying to draw attention to the fact that this is a part of the human condition at this time that needs to be addressed, because there are many people like that, and maybe this is its way of showing that...
They never address it. That's the problem.
Exactly.
I know.
So, which is the point.
I know. Let's move on, though. The Rose fanboys and fangirls are massive, and it's fine. Everything's coming up, Doctor. Okay. So, yeah, you brought up... Okay, so... On gas station. On live TV, everyone disappears. Yes. On live TV, everyone comes back.
Now, it isn't only the city or the country, it's the world that knows that something is going on. But what?
Not just that. No one said anything about it. Like, oh, they're back now. Here's the torch. And number two, if we're in a crowd, let's say when I took you to go see that opera, and we disappeared in the crowd, and then boom, we come back in the crowd. We're not gonna be like, oh, let's continue the opera. We're gonna be like, what the fuck just happened? Let's get the fuck out of here. That was weird. Fuck this.
And apparently they were conscious. The pictures were conscious, so we would have been well aware that we're stuck inside a child's picture drawing.
Yeah, like that was just like everyone's back and 18,000 people are like, cool, it's yay! A fire on the end of a stick, yay!
Instead of wondering, what in the world was that?
When the announcement's like, hey guys, we're back. We don't know what happened. We're going to suspend the ceremonies for now because a global event just happened.
Of a different kind.
Yeah, like an international event just happened on a global viewing scale. They're not just going to continue the fucking show. They're going to there's going to be you're going to have World Secret Service, FBI, CIA, you're going to have those people shutting that shit down. It's going to go into deep secrecy and cover, and they're just not going to come back and be like, okay, cool. Yay, Olympic torch person. They're not. That was
only are they going to, but of different countries as well.
Exactly.
Because because it's the Olympics, more than one country of people will be there.
As many countries as possible are going to be there, and they all vanished. Like, it's a global event that just happened.
Like if the UN pop disappeared, and then a few minutes later, pop reappeared. Well, they aren't going to go back with business as usual. They're going to wonder what happened, and why were we stuck inside a child's drawing?
Yeah, there would be some investigating going on. They would be looking into this. Just everyone back and cheering. That's what I felt like. And then the doctor had the torch. It just felt like pandering. And
maybe
like I would take Marker Face. I would take all these things over that moment. Because Marker Face was done poorly, but neat idea. The Olympic thing, like I can. The glasses are coming off for a second. I can respect, and I do respect everyone's various opinions, unless you're super fucking spoiler about stuff, which is unnecessary. I respect your opinions on Rose. I respect your opinions on the Doctor, on the Celine, on if you love the Satan episodes and hated the one with Linda. I respect all of that. I cannot find anyone that I think could defend what happened in that moment with everyone disappearing and reappearing and then defending it. You can't, because I've forgiven so much in this show just because it's the universe it's in. But this universe it's in is still set in reality. And that was a real moment in front of the world. No fucking way. No fucking way.
And I don't think that any Secret Service, actually all of the ones in the world combined, could silence that many people that both not only saw it, but also
everyone
the ones
saw
that experienced.
Yeah, everyone saw it. And we know there's obviously the internet. There's desktops, laptops.
Maybe back in the past it would have been easier to cover up something so huge, but now that pretty much everything in the world is now on a screen, it's going to be very difficult to try and convince people that nothing happened.
Exactly, yeah.
Something happened.
Yeah, like they're going to be paying a lot of people off. They're going to be bringing a magician and be like, haha, it was a magic trick I did at the Olympics. David Blaine at the Olympics.
And somehow they're going to convince the people that were in that stadium to go along with this?
This is the strongest force on Earth, so.
Is the Olympics that rich, though?
Oh, if you have the entire world trying to cover something up, like, that's problematic. Like, that's my solution. Like, you just blame it on a magic trick. Like, you were all part of a magic trick that put you in a drawing for some fucking reason. Here's some money, shut up. There's no other way they could cover that up, I don't think. So
that many people, at least one of them is going to accept the money and then still say something.
Oh, no, you signed a non-disclosure agreement. If you do, then you get sued and or your family gets murdered by not the government.
If it's the internet, it's going to make its way somewhere.
It might.
Into cyberspace.
It might. Yeah, there's no excusing that moment and how they handled it. If they handled it differently, if everyone was just like, oh my god, we're back, we need to leave, and the doctor's like, I'm still going to run, I need to take this torch. Yes. That would have made more sense to me.
And he didn't appear back in exactly where he disappeared, but at the ceremony, though. Unlike everything else that was...
Unless he did, because Ross was like, where's the doctor? Where's the doctor? Where's the doctor? Where's the doctor? And he could have been like, I'm over here. And he ran all the way over to the street.
Because of his psychic powers. He knew that would happen to the person carrying the torch, and so he did that. Well...
Justin's on this, the doctor is psychic thing. He might be right. You're probably going to spoil it for me in the comments. I keep saying that because I'm really irritated that everyone spoiled so much stuff for me.
It's
4 things.
Possible.
Big things.
It is possible that's how he's able to come up with so many things. Well, sometimes it's because he does solve it, but also because he sees it in a vision.
He's a Time Lord. We don't know the extent of his powers. So maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes, exactly. And as a Time Lord, he can see past, present, and future. All of the potential futures.
I mean, I don't think he's like the Doctor's not like the 3-eyed raven from Game of Thrones, I don't think. I don't think that's how it works. But he obviously has some kind of heightened sense of something, because he's not human. He's a Time Lord. And we're still uncovering the lore of that. Yeah, I don't know. One of those ones, again, didn't hate it, but it'd be lower on the totem pole of rankings for this season, for sure. Anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Okay. Well, that's going to wrap up this episode. As always, I don't have a fancy outro, so I'll simply say thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.
Goodbye.